Hi guys and welcome. My name's Jo Booth and I'm the MD of Social Media Makes Sense, a social media agency specialising in the film and TV industry. So today we're talking about the Facebook algorithm and how you can conquer and beat it. So I'm going to give you 5 top tips to sort of help you achieve better results on your Facebook pages. First thing you need to think about is your reach. Reach simply means the amount of people that are seeing your posts in their feed. Now you're probably wondering, why is that important? Obviously, the more the better. Yes, but it's how you achieve this. So the big thing with Facebook algorithm is it's constantly analyzing the content in people's feeds and how successful that content is. If you post something and it doesn't get engagement, it will reach less people and ultimately won't perform as well and won't get you the results that you're after. So when you initially post, let's say you've got 500 fans on your Facebook page. When you send out your initial post, it goes to around 3% of your fans. This is like your sample audience. It's Facebook's way of testing how successful your content's going to be. So it goes out to your first 15 people. If your 15 people don't engage with this content, so they don't like, comment, or share, that content is dead, okay? Now, in fairness to Facebook, the first 15 people it's going to select for your content to reach is going to be people that have most recently engaged with you. So it's saying, you know what, these people are actively working with this business, they're interested in what this business has got to say, let's send it out to them. And if they don't engage with it, then we won't send it any further. But if they do, then we'll send it to more people. So a lot of businesses get really hung up on this number that, you know, I need 1,000 likes, I need 2,000 likes, my competitor's got 1 million fans on their page. That number is kind of irrelevant because unless that page is successfully engaging and reaching that audience, they actually might only be speaking to 10 people at a time. So please don't get hung up on the big number. What I want you to think about is how many people you're reaching and engaging with. So that brings us on to our second point, which is conversation. Conversation is king on Facebook. Facebook is a business as well. And ultimately what they want is people to come onto their app and their website and stay there. And if they're having conversations and they're building communities and they're talking to people, they're going to stay on that platform for longer. So if you can make sure that your content is driving conversation, it's going to succeed in the algorithm. Facebook's going to prioritize that content and keep rolling out to more and more people. So how do you do that? Well, make sure your content's good. Sounds really obvious, but a lot of people will post things because they panic post. They go, you know what, I've not posted in a week. Quick, let's just put something out. There's absolutely no point in doing that. Your content has to be part of your strategy. It has to drive conversation. So when you're posting that initial post, you want to make sure that the first 15 people are going to start a conversation on it. So ask questions, make sure your imagery is really sharp, clean, well branded, it's not too cluttered, there's not lots of text all over it. Make sure that you're using things like emojis and directing people, put calls to actions, what are your thoughts, things like that. So when you've got your conversation started, people are commenting, that is then going to go back to your reach and extend your reach. So let's say it's got 10 people commenting on it. It's going to go to another, say 20 people of your existing fans, but it's also going to go to some of the friends and family of those people communicating with you. So people that aren't interested in your page, because it thinks, well, if Joe's having a conversation on this feed, Joe's friends and family may also be interested in this topic. So that's how you break outside your existing fandom. So you might see a reach suddenly goes from 15 people to 1,500 and you think, well, hang on a minute, I've only got 500 fans. Well, that's why, because you've broken outside your network. The other thing you need to consider is the frequency of posting. Because you're always trying to drive conversation and you're making sure that your content's really high quality, it's probably quite hard for you to produce that kind of level of conversation and quality content on a daily basis. Unless you're a big agency, unless you've got a team of people working with you, okay? But generally speaking, if you think about your customers and that your customer journey, how often do they want to hear from you as well? Sounds a bit harsh, but think about it. If you've not got something of value to say, please don't say it at all, okay? If you've got an important message that you want to share with your community, absolutely go to your Facebook page and use it. So frequency should be about how successful your page is being. A lot of people think that if their reach is really low, the best way to beat that is to post more. It's actually the opposite. Less is more. The less you post, but the more quality content that you're posting, the better the results. So like I say, if you've got one post that's got lots of conversation, that's going to reach far more people than 10 posts with no conversation on them. So make sure that you look at your reach, and if it's falling, post less. I get asked a lot, how many times a day should I post, or how many times a week? And I always say the same thing, which is it depends on your page. At our agency, for our business, we probably post once a week maximum, sometimes once a month. Because if we don't have anything of quality to say, we don't say it at all. The other thing to remember is your links. Every time you post a link, that content, your reach, your organic reach is reduced. Because thinking back to Facebook being a business, every time you post a link, you're sending people away from the app, you're sending them away from their website. So why would Facebook prioritize your content if you're sending people away from their platform? Now, that's not to say that you can't ever use links, because obviously we need to drive traffic to our websites. Obviously we need people to click and buy. However, if that's all you're doing, and I get this a lot with bosses, so a lot of marketing people come to me and say, I just can't get this through to my boss. They always say we have to put a website link because we need to drive people to our website. But if you're not actually got a call to action on that post, and there's no reason for somebody to be going to your website, it's just a waste, okay? You're putting that link, you're reducing your reach, and ultimately you're damaging your brand on Facebook. Use links really sparingly. Think about it. If you're trying to convert somebody and you've got a call to action, then you absolutely need a link. But if you're just making a conversational piece and you're just educating your audience, does it really need a link? Just to give you a kind of idea of how to mix up your content, I like to say 3 native pieces of content. So that's content that lives and breathes on Facebook. So like an image, a video that I can understand, watch and enjoy solely on Facebook. I don't need to go anywhere. 3 pieces of native content to 1 link. So that should give you a good mix of content. Talking of video, this is our final point. You want to be looking at doing around a 3-minute video, okay? 3-minute video wins on the algorithm. Now, that's not to say that if you've made a 2-minute video and you think, oh God, hang on, I've got a 2-minute video here, I'm just gonna whack in a load of extra material and make it 3 minutes. If the story isn't flowing and the story doesn't work, people are gonna drop off, and your dwell time matters. So the amount of time people watch that video also is important. So if you've made a 2-minute video and you've concluded the story, stick to a 2-minute video. If, however, you've made a 3-minute video and you think actually at 2.5 minutes it's starting to drop off, cut it short, stop it at 2.5 minutes, okay? It's better that someone who watches 100% of a 2.5-minute video than 75% of a 3-minute video, okay? But you should be trying to achieve a 3-minute video where possible. Another point to make on that is please don't share boring videos, okay? Your video must have a story, it must have a hook, it must have a reason for people to sit and watch it. If you've had, I don't know, I see a lot of office videos, people moving offices and they have a nice glossy video done for their website about their offices. Is that truly engaging? Is it truly interesting? Probably not, okay? If, however, you have a 3-minute video educating your audience on your services or how they can do things for themselves, like a tutorial video, for example, then people are going to sit and watch that, and they don't mind if it's 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes long, as long as the content is quality. So it's about quality and the story. That's the most important thing, but do try and achieve the 3-minute mark if you can. So just to recap, you want to be thinking about who you're reaching, driving a conversation, make sure you're not over-posting, don't overuse links, and making sure your video content is quality and around the 3-minute mark. That should help you beat the Facebook algorithm. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, drop us a comment, let us know your thoughts, and enjoy our other videos. Thanks for watching.